Locked and loaded. Mammootty powers through the action labyrinth of Bazooka. Bazooka, directed by Dino Dennis, is a stylized Malayalam action thriller that attempts to fuse a psychological cat-and-mouse game with the aesthetic of retro gaming and the narrative complexity of a high-stakes mystery. With Mammootty headlining the film as the enigmatic Anthony John, a reclusive game developer entangled in a deadly game, the film builds its premise on the convergence of digital illusions and real-world consequences. While the intentions are ambitious and the presentation at times gripping, Bazooka is a mixed bag, visually immersive but narratively uneven, and ultimately a film that may divide audiences depending on their appetite for twist-laden thrillers. At the heart of Bazooka is Anthony John, a man haunted by past trauma and driven by his own code of ethics. Mammootty brings gravitas and subdued fury to the role, balancing a cerebral calm with cold precision. His character is drawn into a labyrinth of cryptic clues and dangerous adversaries, a game that slowly morphs into a personal vendetta. Enter Gautam Vasudev Menon as ACP Benjamin Joshua, who plays the perfect counterforce, rational, methodical, and determined to uncover the truth behind the chaos that Anthony seems to orchestrate. Their on-screen chemistry forms the film's dramatic core, often lifting it even when the screenplay falters. One of the key highlights of Bazooka is its production design and cinematography. The film visually leans into the aesthetics of vintage video games and modern noir, creating a unique mood board that supports its psychological theme. Neon-drenched sequences, shadowy corridors, and well-staged action montages make for a treat to the eyes. Jake Spajoy's background score, while not overwhelming, complements the tense sequences and emotional flashbacks, giving the film a sonic texture that enhances the moodiness. However, while Bazooka excels in form, it occasionally stumbles in substance. The plot progression, especially in the first half, suffers from pacing issues. There's an over-reliance on cryptic dialogues and long-winded setup that may test the patience of some viewers. Certain twists are built up with so much flair that their eventual revelation feels underwhelming, bordering on predictable. The screenplay leans heavily on exposition in places, which dilutes the tension and breaks the immersive quality the visuals strive to establish. Despite its uneven writing, Bazooka is not devoid of moments that surprise and thrill. The final act, in particular, has been widely appreciated by audiences for its tight execution and satisfying payoff. It's in these concluding minutes that the film finds its rhythm and clarity, delivering on the promise of a gripping thriller. Mammootty's character arc comes full circle in a manner that is both cathartic and cinematically rewarding, reminding us why he remains one of the most bankable and versatile actors in Indian cinema. Supporting performances from the rest of the cast are serviceable, with no glaring missteps. The editing, while stylish, could have been sharper to maintain the narrative tension throughout. Still, Dino Dennis shows promise as a director willing to experiment with genre and structure, though the execution might not always hit the bullseye. In conclusion, Bazooka is a film that dares to blend the stylings of psychological thrillers with the aesthetics of gaming culture and noir action. It is a technically polished movie that benefits immensely from Mammootty's commanding presence and a visually inventive approach. However, its narrative ambition is occasionally let down by inconsistent pacing and familiar tropes. Whether you view it as a stylish detour or a compelling thriller will depend on your narrative taste, but one thing is certain: Mammootty, once again, proves he's always ready to carry the weight of any cinematic experiment on his shoulders.
Hope you like the video. See you with another interesting video. Bye then, signing off from Black and Blank.